Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Pete, also known as Lord PeteyTV, here to kind of talk to everybody here about what's going on and what's happening this week on week 2 of season 4. We have our affix change, as I like to call it. So we're going to be going into doing a new affix this week, and we're going to be doing it is, let me see if I got this right. It is going to be uh, Fortified Grievous Sanguine, or Fortified Sanguine Grievous. That's what apparently they're saying it's going to be. Now, the reason why it's going to be a very interesting week from my perspective is because the Sanguine and the Grievous combo, it's almost like a 1-2 punch. Meaning this, what's happening right now is that Grievous, I shouldn't say Grievous, but the boards themselves are so small that if you're walking through the area and you end up stepping in a pool of Sanguine, you're instantly going to get a tick of Grievous, which is going to make the healers heal more. Now, in comparison to the way it was before, where when you ended up having that, the healers could just heal harder. Well, they don't have, the buffs. They don't have pridefuls. They don't have anything like that to get their mana back, which is going to cause them to have a little bit of a slower repair gain, I should say, to that. So what really has to be done and kept an eye on is the fact that the melee have to be very aware of how the tanks are placing Sanguine and how they're walking. So if you're in that melee range, please make sure you keep an eye on that. The other thing you need to really notice and keep an eye on is the levels. Now, the levels that we are in are a little bit more on the tighter side. Prime example of that is Grimrail Depot. You have very small areas that you can move and walk with because you're on that train. Or when you're running up those stairs, like you're going to be forced to encounter the puddles. So you have these little problems when you're there. So, like for now, like this week, when you're running up those stairs and you have quaking, you're going to get hit with quaking, or you might get lucky enough that you don't get hit with the quaking, but you can still get through. But the hallways are so small, now no matter what, you're going to be getting hit with Sanguine, you're going to get hit with that Grievous tick, and then it's going to keep going. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was you're going to be have to be careful of the what are those areas? The parts in Iron Docks. Iron Docks has those little, like almost like indentations of where you're gonna stand, which is great. But the problem is that there's not that much place you can drag the people for when they end up having Sanguine. So, I should say drop in the Sanguine. So, if that's the case, then we have to make sure that everything dies down at the same time. That's one thing. The other thing that you got to kind of have to start looking at is the fact that the damage that you could be getting while moving around in certain points of these older dungeons, you could just get a little bit of like a smack here and there, and you can take damage. You're gonna get your Grievous tick, and then you're gonna start going down the slippery slope. The other thing, there's more things I keep thinking of when we're talking about it, are the interceptors that, the shrouded affects that we're getting. Those guys, are they going to be dropping Sanguine when we kill them too? I don't know. I would love it for everyone to put your opinions in down below. Or if they get this information, then do it. I'm going to be posting this video at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, hoping that they're going to continue to have the affixes that way. because apparently that's what the algorithm is saying. So we just got to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it continues to be correct. Um, what were the other things I wanted to talk about? I wanted to also take a moment to talk about the nerfs that have been going through. There's been a handful of nerfs that have been happening. I ended up seeing them today pop up. I'm just gonna pull them up on my screen so I can tell you exactly what's happening. Um, they are nerfing survival hunters and Destro Warlocks again. Oh, well, not Destro, but yeah, Destro Destruction Warlocks again. Apparently, the Rain of Fire is too much for the Destro Warlocks, so they're pulling that back. Survival Hunter, their 4-piece bonus is still too strong. They're pulling that back. But while they pull that back, which I don't understand, they're pulling that back and then they're giving them more buffs towards single target. Excuse me. Coming from me, who plays a hunter, who mained a survival hunter for most of season 3. That's great if you're going to end up doing that and giving them single target. But something that kind of gets me a little worried is that you're giving them this single target DPS, which is going to put their DPS higher on that single target where they were lacking, but they were already doing crazy amounts of DPS for AoE. So even though you're pulling back, I think it's something like, let me just double check. So I'm giving you valid information. They're reducing the Mad Bombardier proc from 70 to 50%. That's a 20% decrease in damage. So I think that survival hunters are going to still be one of the top specs that they're going to be doing. Oh, Destro Warlocks, the immolation aura from the Infernal is also being reduced by 20%. I just saw that. The other thing that they're doing is they're seeing if destruction, multi-target situations, what's happening there. So they're kind of checking that out still. They wanted to make sure people knew. But yeah, so these changes are going to really, really critique these things. Now, excuse me. One thing that kind of they nerfed Windwalker monks a little bit, a couple of like last week, but I've still seen Windwalker monks in dungeons this week. They are killing it. The amount of damage they're producing is crazy. The amount of damage that combat rogues are producing, crazy. Like, I see them almost every single pull, and they're doing like 15k. They're like, we're not even trying. We're just, it's where we're standing, and it's the blade flurry. I'm like, sitting here like smacking my buttons to holy hell while doing marksman hunter and having nothing but issues and problems. I'm like, give me a break here. You've got to be kidding me. So that was a crazy situation. So I don't know, but we'll end up seeing how things go. But all in all, I think that this season right now is been going pretty cool, and I'm actually excited to see how it plays out. I like the fact that they're bringing in old dungeons. I like the fact that they're kind of sprucing up a lot of these mega dungeons. I like those things. There's been rumors about Dragonflight. When Dragonflight's being introduced, they're only giving us partially some of those dungeons. And I wish that they would just give us all the Dragonflight dungeons in one shot. We can end up playing with them, doing whatever we need to do with them, and then go from there. And then the season 2, you can start mixing and matching. Oh, and that's the other thing. I'm having a huge issue trying to get loot to get my gear all set up for marksman this season. I'm like even like contemplating. I'm like, do I even do Beastmaster because that gear drops better and more? I don't know. I'm kind of just going back and forth in my head. I mean, maybe with some luck, I'll just we'll see what happens this week. This week is Sanctum of Domination, so who knows? We might get the bow. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to remind everybody. My name is Lord PeteyTV. I am on Twitch every single Monday through Friday from approximately 3 p.m. Till 11 p.m. Sometimes I've been stopping early to make some videos. I'm getting a little tired. We're doing a lot of work on our apartment. My baby, is turning, who's crazily turning 1 on Saturday, is he's getting up at like 6 o'clock in the morning after a full night's sleep. So like I am exhausted right now. So that's hence the yawning. But all in all, thank you again, everybody. Have a fantastic night. I will see you all later. Make sure you check the videos here. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to try to put out at least 3 videos a week. I think that is what our overall plan is going to be. I'm going to try to do 3 a week so I can see what's going on, and hopefully you all will appreciate it. So, all right, thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.